What if the blurry vision that's been robbing you of your independence could actually be reversed while you sleep? And what if the solution isn't another expensive prescription, but something you can sip from your own kitchen tonight? Here's the uncomfortable truth nobody wants you to know. Your failing eyesight isn't just about aging. It's about what you're not doing the hours before bed when your eyes are desperately trying to repair themselves. Right now, as you're watching this, your retina is suffocating. Your optic nerve is slowly deteriorating. And those floaters you keep ignoring are warning signs of something far worse coming. But here's where it gets interesting. What if I told you that 8 specific drinks consumed before bed could restore blood flow to your dying optic nerve by morning? And what if the reason your doctor never mentioned this is because it threatens a multi-billion-dollar industry that profits from your declining vision? You're about to discover why seniors in remote villages can still thread needles at 90 while you struggle to read text messages at 70, and why this information has been deliberately kept out of mainstream medicine. The question is, will you take action tonight, or will you wait until that driving license is taken away and your independence vanishes forever? Let me ask you something that might make you uncomfortable. When was the last time you could read a restaurant menu without squinting, drive at night without terror, or recognize your grandchild's face from across the room without pretending you saw them clearly? That daily frustration you feel, that growing fear of losing your independence, that moment when you realize you might never see clearly again, it's all connected to what happens in your body between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. Your eyes have a natural repair system that activates during deep sleep, but here's the catch. It only works if you feed it the right fuel before bed, and most people are unknowingly starving their eyes every single night. Number 8, green tea with raw honey. Now, before you roll your eyes thinking this is just another herbal remedy, let me share something that will change how you see this ancient combination forever. There's a compound hiding in green tea called eyesight that specifically targets the cloudy lens formation happening in your eyes right now. The same cloudiness that will eventually become full-blown cataracts if left untreated. But here's what makes this deadly serious. Regular green tea only delivers about 30% of this compound to your eye tissues, which is why most people drink it and notice absolutely nothing. The secret lies in adding raw, unprocessed honey, not the processed garbage from supermarket shelves, but real raw honey that contains something called defensin 1. This protein multiplies the absorption of eyesight by nearly 300%, meaning your eye tissues actually receive protection they desperately need. Here's how you prepare correctly, because if you get this wrong, you're wasting your time. Heat water to exactly 175 degrees Fahrenheit, not boiling, because boiling water destroys the very compounds you need. Steep 1 teaspoon of high-quality green tea for precisely 3 minutes. Remove it. Let it cool to room temperature, then add 1 tablespoon of raw honey. Why room temperature? Because heat above 140 degrees kills the defensin 1 protein, turning your powerful remedy into nothing more than sweet tea. Drink this 30 minutes before bed on a completely empty stomach. And here's what most people miss. The timing matters because your body's detoxification system peaks between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m., and these compounds need to be in your bloodstream before that window opens. But wait, there's something you need to know about the honey, and this could be the difference between results and disappointment. If the label says pure honey but doesn't say raw and unfiltered, you're buying processed syrup that's been heated and stripped of every beneficial enzyme. I've seen people drink this combination for months with 0 results simply because they used the wrong honey, and the tragedy is they gave up thinking it doesn't work when they were just 1 ingredient away from success. Number 7, bilberry and blueberry smoothie. This next drink has a dark history that most people don't know about, and once you hear it, you'll understand why military forces tried to keep the secret for decades. During nighttime air raids in World War II, British pilots reported something extraordinary. After consuming bilberry jam, they could spot enemy aircraft in near total darkness when other pilots saw nothing but black sky. The military dismissed it as coincidence until they couldn't ignore the pattern anymore. Pilots eating bilberries had a 40% higher success rate in night missions. What they discovered changed everything we thought we knew about vision repair. Bilberries contain 15 different anthocyanins. These are molecules that literally force open the tiny collapsed blood vessels in your retina, the same vessels that are strangling your photoreceptor cells right now as you watch this. But here's where it gets even more powerful. When you blend bilberries with regular blueberries, something almost magical happens at the cellular level. Blueberries contain pterostilbene, a compound that protects your optic nerve from the oxidative stress that's been silently destroying it for years. The combination creates what researchers call a synergistic cascade, where each compound amplifies the other's effectiveness by up to 200%. Here's the brutal truth most people ignore. You could eat bowls of these berries separately and get minimal results, but blend them together in the right proportions, and you're triggering a repair mechanism that most doctors don't even know exists. The preparation is critical, and this is where most people sabotage themselves without realizing it. Use 1/4 cup of frozen bilberries, not fresh, because freezing actually breaks down the cell walls, making the anthocyanins more bioavailable to your body. Add 1/2 cup of regular blueberries, 4 ounces of unsweetened almond milk, and here's the crucial part that nobody talks about. Add 1 teaspoon of ground flaxseed. Why flaxseed? Because anthocyanins are fat-soluble, meaning without fat present. Your body flushes them straight through your digestive system, and they never reach your eye tissues. The omega-3 fatty acids in flaxseed act as a delivery vehicle, escorting these vision-saving compounds directly into your retinal blood vessels. Blend for exactly 30 seconds, no longer, because overblending generates heat that degrades the anthocyanins by up to 35%. And here's a mistake that ruins everything. Never, ever use regular cow's milk in this smoothie. The casein protein in dairy binds the anthocyanins and blocks their absorption by more than half, essentially turning your powerful remedy into an expensive purple drink with zero benefits. Drink this immediately after blending, because anthocyanins begin oxidizing within minutes exposure to air, and what was potent at minute 1 becomes nearly useless by minute 15. Number 6. Carrot and ginger juice. Your grandmother told you carrots were good for your eyes, but she had no idea just how right she was. And she definitely didn't know the one secret that makes carrots 10 times more effective than anyone realizes. Beta-carotene from carrots converts to vitamin A in your liver. This is basic biology that everyone knows. But what medical schools don't teach is that this conversion rate in seniors is absolutely terrible. Your aging liver converts only about 12% of beta-carotene to usable vitamin A, which is why you can eat carrots every day and still watch your night vision disappear. But add fresh ginger to the equation, and everything changes at the molecular level. Ginger contains gingerol compounds that don't just improve conversion, they supercharge it by 500%, meaning your liver suddenly starts producing 5 times more vitamin A from the same amount of carrots. This isn't theory. This is measurable biochemistry happening in your body within hours of consumption. But here's what makes this absolutely critical for your eyes. Vitamin A doesn't just help you see. It literally rebuilds something called a retinal pigment epithelium, a layer of cells that feed your visual receptors. As you age, these cells accumulate toxic waste products called lipofuscin. Imagine rust building up on machinery. And this accumulation is why your vision gradually dims year after year. The combination of vitamin A and gingerol dissolves these waste deposits during your sleep cycle when your body's autophagy system is most active. Autophagy is your cellular cleaning crew, and it works over time between midnight and 4 a.m., but only if you get the right tools before bed. Here's how to prepare this juice properly, because shortcuts here will cost you results. You need 4 medium-sized organic carrots, and yes, they must be organic because conventional carrots are loaded with pesticide residues that actually interfere with vitamin A conversion in your liver, essentially poisoning the very process you're trying to enhance. Add 1 inch of fresh ginger root, not powdered ginger from a jar, because the gingerol compounds oxidize within weeks of grinding and become nearly worthless. Use a slow masticating juicer, not those high-speed centrifugal ones that generate heat and destroy up to 40% of the beneficial enzymes before the juice even hits your glass. Here's the part that shocks most people. After juicing, add 1 teaspoon of organic coconut oil and stir in thoroughly. Without fat, your body cannot absorb vitamin A because it's fat-soluble, meaning you could drink gallons of carrot juice and your body will eliminate most of it unused. The medium-chain triglycerides in coconut oil escort vitamin A directly through your intestinal wall and into your bloodstream where it can reach your desperate eye tissues. Drink this exactly 30 minutes before bed, and here's why the timing is non-negotiable. Your liver's detoxification cycle shifts at around 11 p.m., and if these compounds aren't present during that window, you miss the peak absorption period entirely. Number 5, goji berry tea. High in the Himalayan mountains, there are monasteries where monks in their 90s read ancient manuscripts by candlelight without glasses, and when researchers finally investigated why, they discovered a secret that's been hidden for over 800 years. These monks consume goji berries every single evening, but not in the way you think, and not for the reasons most health websites claim. Goji berries contain the highest concentration of zeaxanthin found in any natural food source. We're talking 162 milligrams per 100 grams, and zeaxanthin is one of only 2 antioxidants that your body allows into the macula, the tiny spot at the center of your retina responsible for sharp, detailed vision. But here's what makes this extraordinary. As you age, your macular zeaxanthin levels plummet, dropping by 60% or more after age 65. And this depletion is directly responsible for that blurry central vision that's been frustrating you every time you try to read or recognize faces. What makes goji berries unlike anything else is their polysaccharide content, specifically lithium barbarin polysaccharides, or LBPs, and these complex sugar molecules do something remarkable. They protect your retinal ganglion cells from dying. These are the cells that transmit visual information from your eye to your brain, and in conditions like glaucoma, they die off rapidly, creating those dark spots in your peripheral vision that gradually close in like a tunnel. The tragedy is that once these cells die, they're gone forever. There's no bringing them back, which is why prevention right now, tonight, is absolutely critical. Here's how to prepare goji berry tea correctly, because most people waste their money by doing this completely wrong. Use 2 tablespoons of dried organic goji berries and steep them in 8 ounces of water heated to exactly 190 degrees Fahrenheit for a full 15 minutes. The extended steeping time isn't optional. It's essential for extracting those water-soluble polysaccharides that protect your ganglion cells. And here's the mistake almost everyone makes. They strain out the berries and throw them away, not realizing that the berries themselves contain fiber-bound zeaxanthin that never dissolves into the water. You must eat the softened berries along with drinking the tea, otherwise you're getting maybe 40% of benefit and wondering why nothing is changing. Add a squeeze of fresh lemon juice before drinking, because the vitamin C increases zeaxanthin absorption by 35%, turning a good remedy into a powerful one. Drink this 1 hour before bed, because the polysaccharides need time to circulate through your bloodstream and reach your eye tissues before your deepest sleep cycle begins. Number 4, turmeric golden milk. If you have diabetes or prediabetes, stop everything and listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you could save your vision before it's too late. Diabetic retinopathy is the leading cause of blindness in people over 65, and it's happening right now inside your eyes whether you feel it or not. High blood sugar levels are literally causing your retinal blood vessels to leak, swell, and eventually rupture, creating scar tissue that will rob you of sight permanently. But there's a compound that can stop this process, and it's been hiding in plain sight for 3,000 years. Turmeric contains curcumin, and this yellow pigment blocks the inflammatory pathway that destroys retinal blood vessels in diabetics. The problem is that regular turmeric has terrible bioavailability. Your body absorbs less than 5% of the curcumin you consume, which is why people take turmeric capsules for months and see zero improvement. The ancient solution is golden milk, but only if you make it exactly right. Heat 8 ounces of full-fat coconut milk to 160 degrees. Add 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, and a pinch of cayenne pepper. The black pepper contains piperine, which increases curcumin absorption by 2,000%, transforming a useless supplement into a vision-saving remedy. Whisk continuously for 2 minutes, remove from heat, and only then add 1 teaspoon of raw honey. Never heat honey above 140 degrees or you destroy every beneficial enzyme it contains. The cayenne pepper dilates your blood vessels, forcing more curcumin-rich blood into your starving retinal tissues. Drink this 1 hour before bed. And here's what you need to understand. This isn't about feeling better tomorrow. This is about stopping irreversible damage that's happening right now while you sleep. So, which of these drinks are you trying tonight? Or are you going to wait until that next doctor's appointment confirms what you already fear? Tell me in the comments below.